Hey guys, what is up, and I welcome you to a new episode of Did You Know? This one of course featuring Orianna. Please do throw in a like if you did enjoy this episode. But without much further ado, let us go straight into her abilities. We all know and love how Orianna's passive makes her auto attacks do bonus magic damage. But remember, it is magic damage, not physical, which of course means things like Hex Drinker or Black Shield will reduce part of the auto attack damage from Orianna, just the magic part. Also, this passive effect will not go through and deal the magic damage if it is parried by someone like Fiora, dodged by Jax, blocked by Pantheon, or if you are blinded by Teemo. On top of all that, remember, this magic bonus damage on her auto attacks will not apply on structures. The maximum damage that this passive can do to a target from subsequent attacks, because it does deal more damage with each subsequent attack on the same target, is 70 flat plus 21% of your AP. The speed at which Orianna's ball flies is 1200. Now comparing it to something similar like Morgana's Binding, which is also her Q, it is also 1200, the same speed. A small neat little thing to remember is that using her Q, Command Attack, will not interrupt her movement. While the ball is mid-flight, her other abilities are completely unusable, however she can still auto-attack and move around. Don't forget, Orianna can also use Dissonance, her W, when the ball is on herself, to ensure she gets the move speed for herself ASAP. On top of that, this spell is extremely useful to use in choke points, not only to slow your enemies, however, to boost allied movement speed when they run through that area. Much like Orianna's other spells, Command Protect, her E, will also not interrupt her movement speed. All of Orianna's abilities can be blocked by Spell Shield, which of course does include her Q, W, E, and Ultimate, however the slow effect on her W will persist. Remember the passive of Command Protect, you get bonus armor and MR from the ball being either on yourself, the Orianna player, or an ally. This can be very important to remember when you're trading damage in lane. A small trick is to use the ball on a stealth ally with Command Protect. The ball will go invisible along with the ally, and then you can follow it up with a beautiful ultimate ambush. If an ally dies while the ball was on them, it will not return to Orianna and instead remain at the death location, assuming it is within range. Contrary to some popular belief, Orianna's ultimate, Command Shockwave, will not be able to toss enemies through walls. Believe me, I have tried many times. Alright guys, let us jump into some cool facts and lore about Orianna. Did you know that Orianna was designed by someone named Zephyrus, who also made Fizz, Lulu, Riven, Nautilus, and Renekton? Her voiceover is done by someone named Heather Pennington. A very popular similarity with Orianna is GLaDOS from Portal. The word Orianna means similar things in various different languages. In Irish, it means blonde or golden. It may also be derived from medieval Spanish and Portuguese of the words Orianna and Orona, which probably pronounced extremely poorly, however, they both mean golden. And the last one is Latin, which of course it means rising, such as sunrise, which is also somewhat of a goldenish color. Her title is the Lady of Clockwork, with clockwork of course meaning the inner workings of a mechanical device resulting in automation. Also, her title was originally Clockwork Girl, but it got changed to what it is now just before release due to a film coming out that is called Clockwork Girl. Let's go a bit into her lore. Her name is Orianna Revek, and she had a father named Corrin Revek who loved her more than anything. Orianna was extremely fascinated by the champions in the League of Legends, which made her want to train in order to become one as well. Eventually, she did end up meeting her demise after making too many dangerous choices. Her father was of course extremely heartbroken, which drove him into an obsession with technological magic, and ended up with him creating what is now Orianna. He did this not only to fill the void left in his heart, but to satisfy her dream of being able to become a champion in the league. He created the ball as her pet and her protector. Orianna apparently keeps trying to make friends in the league, however everyone seems to look at her as just a soulless clockwork shell, and a very dangerous one at that. Yet in her father's eyes, she still remains to be perfect. Apparently this champion was inspired by Yomu Konpaku from the Touhou Project series. Somewhat on the contrary, her original concept was first going to be off of Hongmei Ling from the same series. Did you know that Orianna was the second champion to be rated 100 in terms of difficulty, which is the highest, by Riot? The first one is of course Cassiopeia. She has two different emote animations, one for when the ball is on her and one for when it is not. Though most likely somewhat of a coincidence, she seems very similar in appearance to Kara Kuriko from Sailor Moon. In her champion spotlight, her in-game icon seems to be a Walfa style artwork rather than actually Orianna for whatever reason. In the Mac launch video, you can actually see miniature balls that are on a desk that probably belong to Orianna. Orianna's quote,
"When you fall, you get right back up,"
seems to coincide with Aegis's line from Persona 3, who mentions it when she's hit by an attack she's weak against. Her other quote,
"I know what makes them tick. I know how to make the ticking stop,"
may be a paraphrased version of what Siler from Hero says when describing his superpower. On top of that, it also references to the flavored text of the card Organ Grinders from Magic the Gathering. Orianna's classic skin seems to resemble Racassiel from Phantasy Star Online. In the Zone Chaos Orianna skin, you can see ragdolls of Annie, Tibbers, and even a purple caster minion. Apparently, this skin was supposed to be her original skin before it of course got changed. Bladecraft Orianna resembles Dorothy from the anime The Big O, especially since both are AI humans, made by their late human counterpart fathers after the human selves had died. TPA Orianna is of course made to commemorate the TPA team on their win in the Season 2 World Championships. Alright guys, that unfortunately does mark the end of this episode of Did You Know featuring Orianna. If you did enjoy this episode, please don't forget to throw in a like and share it with your friends. You can also write down below which champion you would like to see in the next episode, or if any specific theory video interests you that you would like me to make. I'd also appreciate it if you guys can follow me on my Facebook and Twitter fan pages. Description down below will contain the links. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you next time. Peace!